The Flash is a classic hero loved by all, unless you're this asshat. Or these asshats. Look, he's not for everyone, but if you're lucky enough to be alive right now, which you almost certainly are, there are 2 live-action versions of Barry Allen vying for your attention. The CW's Grant Gustin and Warner Brothers' Ezra Miller. To the outside world, Barry's an ordinary forensic scientist. At least he will be. And after a freak accident gains super speed among many other abilities. Like the shaky hand thing? Don't tell me you haven't tried doing that in the mirror when no one's looking.
It may seem a little unfair to be comparing the movie and TV universes, given Grant's extensive screen time, but what would you rather us do? Discuss the John Wesley Shipp version? Movies clearly have the much larger budget, but there's no escaping it, TV allows for more time to develop characters. Wait, this is the CW? It's just a soppy relationship drama? Maybe this is fairer than you thought? Both formats have their pros and cons, so we'll be as fair as possible, breaking down our comparison into random rounds and scoring them as we go. So who's the best?
Flash! Oh!
Round 1, costume.
Like most comic heroes, Flash wears a skin-tight leotard, something that doesn't always translate well to live action, and both TV and movie have smartly opted for a different approach. The CW's version is, let's be honest, low budget, but to the show's credit, the look has evolved over the years, going from crappy to slightly less crappy, and in 4 years they still haven't figured out a way to make a functional cowl. How many times have we seen this edit? Despite limitations, the CW have done a decent job bringing the costume to the small screen. I mean, at least they've learned a thing or two since Smallville.
First glimpsed in Suicide Squad, we didn't really see the suit in BVS. The movie's costume departs even more from the classic look. As explained by Old Man Wayne, this universe's costume is purposed to reduce friction and heat. The TV show addresses this issue too, but come on Cisco, were you seriously planning to give this to fire and rescue crews? Needless to say, it doesn't exactly look aerodynamic, so the movie version makes sense in comparison, despite it looking like a rejected Power Rangers suit. It's a prototype though, so like the TV version, there will be revisions over time. It may be clunky, but we're kind of intrigued by the radical redesign and excited to see where this ends up. So the movie costume comes out on top in this round.
Round 2, characterization.
We're going to say something that may be controversial here. Neither of these guys are playing Barry Allen, but one is closer. Gustin's had longer with the character and is a decent TV actor. He can pull off the charm and is believable doing the heroic stuff too, but he's often portrayed as an idiot. The first season's appeal was seeing a novice Barry learning, but after years of experience, he still needs direction from Team Flash and frequently and conveniently forgets he has powers. This is more the writer's fault than Gustin's, who is likable in the role, but even so he can come across as a bit of a whiny bitch sometimes. And then there's the singing. Plus, Gustin's more handsome than any man has a right to be, which is a good reason to hate someone, right?
Obviously, Ezra hasn't had too much time in the role, despite all the reshoots, and that oh-so-hairy cameo in BVS. Regardless, it's fair to say this is a slightly different take on Barry Allen, aside from the physical difference with the comics look, not that Gustin is all that blonde or muscular either. Miller's Barry is a little more isolated. He's still young in this universe, but in Justice League at least, he doesn't much resemble Barry at all. Where he should be the most heroic of heroes, he's frequently used as the comic relief instead. He has a sense of wonder and enthusiasm that, while fitting, verges on annoying at times / most of the time. Without a solo outing, it was always going to be a tough task incorporating Barry into the Justice League, and they do love to play fast and loose with characterizations in the DCEU, so I guess this round has to go to the handsome guy.
Round 3, speed, powers, and presentation.
It's no secret that the Flash is a fast dude. While I can do the 100 meters in roughly 11 days, Barry can travel to different dimensions and through freaking time just by running. He's raced Superman on multiple occasions, and no matter what anyone tells you, Flash is faster. TV Scarlet Speedster starts off slow though. Well, slow for the fastest man alive. Thanks to some career guidance from Psycho in Disguise, Barry gradually gets faster and learns how he can utilize his speed in different ways. Hello, shaky hand thing! Running on water and phasing come straight out of the comics, and they're brought to life on TV well. But here's the problem, the CW have had way more time to develop these feats, and it's probably unfair to compare the full power set here, so we'll just have to focus on speed and the way it's presented.
Miller's Flash is clearly inexperienced. He does frequently trip over after all, but he has mastered the push and run away technique, as well as the old run and touch a box method of reanimation. But hats off, because this Flash can also dodge Superman. for the most part, so he's pretty darn quick. And we know that future Barry will travel through time to give Batman a dream message, so he will get faster. That is, if this universe doesn't get canned before it happens. In terms of look and speed, we're giving Ezra the nod here, pretty much based on superior CGI budget. Gustin, by contrast, is clearly running on the spot, and there's an elegance to Ezra's speed skating style. Let's face it, if there's one thing Zack Snyder is qualified to do, it's
Super slow motion.
Unless that was Joss Whedon, in which case we hate it.
Round 4, universe building.
Barry's been flashing for over 60 years now, so there's no shortage of stories to draw from. Since his Arrow introduction in 2013, TV Flash has covered a lot of ground, literally hundreds of thousands of miles. We've explored Barry's tragic past extensively, at least twice, and with appearances from King Shark and trips to Gorilla City, there's not much the showrunners won't do. Is there? Support characters are well represented too, though they have reworked several backstories to build a team around Barry. But there's lots to enjoy. There's the geeky one, the other geeky one, the other geeky one, and Joe. But then there's Iris, and what would Barry Allen be without Iris West? Nothing is the answer. She is the Flash. We quite like Candice Patton, but god damn it, Iris can be annoying. Overall, the show's done a good job at bringing the Flash's world to life. Okay, it's the CW. There are long periods of mediocrity, but there are some tasty kernels sprinkled throughout. And again, the show has had the benefit of time.
And just how much Flash universe building can you do in 2 hours? Especially without a solo film to get you up and running. Flash isn't the only hero being introduced in Justice League either. Fellow members Aqua, Momoa and Cyborg also compete for screen time. And then there's the complex, multi-layered villain we spend so long with. To be fair to Justice League, the movie does favour Barry's backstory. We get a B-list star as his jailbird dad, but just like Barry's mother, Iris is conspicuously missing. Scenes were shot, but like so many others, cut. Largely, we have to rely on prior knowledge. Comparing Flash to Black Panther and Civil War, both have similar screen time and daddy issues, but BP feels like the more rounded character. His full skill set is explored, and you're left wanting more. Sadly, no one gets this treatment in Justice League because there are too many people being introduced. Side note, did J. Jonah Jameson really get that jacked for all of 2 minutes screen time? Fortunately, we might find out more about Barry in the future, but for now, TV Flash easily takes this round.
Round 5, future potential.
So what does the next couple of years have in store for these Flashes of two worlds? The show has somewhat diminished in quality since the excellent first season. It's still one of the better super shows on TV, but there are a few too many similarities to Smallville developing. Obviously the CW has to cater to its audience, but the show runs the risk of repeating itself if it continues to retread old ground and, well, repeat itself. We've had a bit of variety in season 4 with a villain who isn't just another speedster. He's a thinker, and he's really quick, just not physically.
On the movie side, the future is looking bleaker. Justice League did crappy business, and with Batfleck's future in doubt, this could turn into quite a mess. Of the core cast, Goddard and Miller have gone down best with audiences, but the Flash solo movie has been in development hell for a couple of years, losing 2 directors and still without a story. Rumour has it that Flashpoint is the preferred arc, which seems like a bizarre direction given this universe's infancy. But then, so was Superman's death. On the upside, Flashpoint means that Warners could course correct, like erasing Ben Affleck from the timeline altogether. Plus, we'll get to see Negan doing his thing, hopefully. Miller's Flash could go on to become iconic, but given all the question marks surrounding the DCEU's future, this round has to go to the TV version too. And who are we kidding? We're still going to keep watching, no matter how soppy things get. Mostly for Cisco and Joe, though.
So there you have it. The best Flash is the TV version, at least for now. But who's your favourite Barry Allen? And who do you think would win in a fight? Like, for reals? Feel free to shout at us in the comments, and if you haven't already, why not like and subscribe? If you want to get our opinion on Justice League or any of the other CBMs last year, you can check out this video, or there's this other video which I won't say too much about because it means I can change the link later on if need be. Thanks for watching,